So there's a new survey done by the Commonwealth Fund, and they wanted to see how many Republicans signed up for Obamacare and how many of them actually like it. And the results are pretty shocking, especially when you consider the Republican Party and all the negative things they've said about the Affordable Care Act. Let me give you some numbers. According to this survey, 74% of Republicans said that they are very or somewhat satisfied with their new coverage. That is a landslide. That is insane. I did not see that coming, to be completely honest with you.
In the morning meeting, Iderola was saying, like, how much effort, money, brain space, time did the Republicans spend making sure that that didn't happen? Like doing everything they could to prevent Obamacare from taking hold and working. They're still preventing it in a ton of states. We saw that horrific story out of Tennessee where that couple married 31 years had to actually separate and not see each other in order to maintain their necessary health insurance because they're both ill. I mean, that's crazy because Tennessee isn't participating, right? And so there's a huge gap. They make a little too much money, but not enough money to pay for. So, I mean, they're in this, and it's just, and it would get covered if they were participating. So, horrible story after horrible story, orchestrated by Republican legislatures and governors everywhere, to say nothing of the efforts in the federal efforts in the U.S. House to beat it back, and it didn't work. Those numbers are staggering.
And I'm glad that it didn't work.
Yeah, of course,
I'm glad that their efforts, like, look, I am not 100% in support of the Affordable Care Act. I think that there are certain issues with it that, you know, we can improve upon in the future. But to know that the Republican Party not only attempted to legislatively destroy the Affordable Care Act and failed, they failed on a marketing standpoint as well. People who identify with their party and are affiliated with their own party are not buying it. The majority of them actually like the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah, people want health insurance. Yeah. You know, because they have kids and they're worried about them.
Exactly.
To say nothing of people who just need it for themselves.
So let me give you some more numbers. 78% of Americans said that they were satisfied. And of those 78, 73% of those enrolled are in private plans and 84% are enrolled in Medicaid. And you know, the Medicaid thing is important because when you look at Medicaid, I mean, obviously the program expanded it, more people were covered under it. And so, of course, that's going to be popular. Of course, people are going to be in favor of it. All of a sudden, they have access to something they didn't have access to before.
It's insane. They don't understand what the law is. It's wonderful. I mean, it's going to turn into, it might not be quick enough to help Democrats in 2014, but opposition to the Affordable Care Act will be an election loser.
Yep. Absolutely. Just a few more numbers for you. 58% said that they were better off, and this includes Democrats and Republicans. Only 9% said that they were worse off.
Obviously.
81% said that they were optimistic about their new coverage.
Yeah, because they like it. It turns out it's working.
Yeah. And, you know, let's go to the very last graphic. I love this graph because it actually shows you that Obama achieved exactly what he wanted to achieve. It's the percentage of uninsured individuals in the United States. And at the very end of that graph, you could see that it dips all the way down to 13.4%. In fact, the number of uninsured people dipped 2.2% since the first quarter of this year. So more and more people are getting insured, more and more people have coverage. That's absolutely great news considering all the catastrophic events that could occur, car accidents, you know, illnesses, what have you. It's good news. That's not to say the Affordable Care Act is perfect, but at least we know that people have access to insurance at this point.
Yeah, it's and all those lies that Sarah Palin told and that Sean Hannity told and all those guys on a regular basis told about what the plan would do, and these people are losing their coverage, just lie after lie after lie after lie. And it turns out nothing's true. It's a great law. Absolutely. And the only thing it is, it could be better.